So I haven't posted anything for the past couple of weeks. I haven't really had anything to say. The Giants pretty much doing the same old thing of just getting blown out. In the Bills game, it was close, but the refs kinda doing ref things. This year, refs have been absolutely atrocious, and they definitely were at the end of the Giants game against the Bills with the holding call not called, pass interference. It could have been so many different things with the Darren Waller attempt for the lead at the end of the game, but it is what it is. But then the Giants messed around and beat the Washington Commanders this weekend 14-7. Could have been a lot more. There was two costly turnovers. And with all that, nothing much has changed. The Giants are still not a good team. The O-line is a patchwork. It's probably like one of the worst O-lines put out on field in probably recent history. It's pretty bad, but at the same time, they're professionals, so they were able to block enough for Tyrod to go 18 for 29, 279 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's a lot more than you can say for the past outings that Daniel Jones has put forth. Am I saying that Tyrod Taylor is now better than Daniel Jones? No, but Tyrod Taylor can function as a quarterback within this offense, right? I feel like Daniel Jones, maybe if he was somewhere else where they still had the training wheels on him, they told him where the ball needed to go, where he didn't have to read or anything like that, read the field or anything like that, had some substantial blocking for him, where he wasn't running for his life every play or getting his dome piece rattled to the point where he has a neck injury again. That would probably be a better place for him. Not really on the Giants. So I feel like the Tyrod is in a better position with enough experience that he can handle what the Giants are not doing right or what the Giants are providing for the quarterback position. All right. And then within that performance for Tyrod Taylor, we had a Darren Waller sighting of 7 receptions for 98 yards and a touchdown. That's something that we haven't seen from Darren Waller. So I was almost kind of concerned because I know what Darren Waller is. I've seen him in the past on the Raiders. I've seen what he can do. And we were just not seeing that. He was dropping passes. Passes were behind him. He was just out of sync. But to see that he can get 7 catches for 98 yards with Tyrod Taylor with the same team. It's the same team. It's at least a relief, a breath of fresh air. And then Jalen Hyatt was also involved. Only 2 catches, but they were for 75 yards. He had another catch or potential catch that was in the end zone, but he was trying to one hand Odell. It would have been a one-hand Odell catch if he had gotten it, but he had his hands on it. He could have gotten that one, but it was just a little out of reach, and it was a nice attempt. So it could have been an even bigger day for Jalen Hyatt. Like I said, there could have been way more points. We just ended up just getting 14 because that's just how the Giants are been operating this season. They just cannot score. Probably, along with the O-line, one of the worst offenses as a whole that we've seen in recent memory. It's just crazy. Wan'Dale Robinson was out on the field. He had a catch for 20. Everyone did something. Everyone was involved. Unlike, in recent past weeks where the offense couldn't even do anything consistently enough to maintain a drive. Drives are being maintained, especially in the first half. Second half, not so much because you have adjustments. And eventually the opponent is going to realize this O-line cannot block. We just need to cover the receivers. Once we do that, he isn't going to have enough time and he's going to get sacked. That's basically the main theme when you're going up against the Giants in their O-line. Just keep repeating that process. Blanket coverage, not enough time, you're eventually going to get sacked because they're not going to block you for that long. They're not going to block you for long. The O-line is trash. These guys, they can't block for that long. You got to get it out quick. If you can't get it out quick, they're doomed. That's the game plan for the Giants, I think. So next coming up is the Jets. The Jets are basically in the same situation as us where the defense, and I didn't get to really talk about it, the defense has been stepping up, but at the same time, can you really say that the defense has been stepping up? We look good against the Bills, and then we look good against the Commanders. The Bills just lost to New England. You can say, oh, well, it's a divisional rivalry. What do you expect? You're gonna get a tough game, but like the Patriots suck. They're terrible. They're bad too. So something's going on with the Bills. They need to figure it out. The Bills are not playing up to their caliber. Like, they're definitely not. So we almost beat them, but like at the same time, they're not firing on all cylinders. There's something going on there. And then the Commanders, we've always beaten the Commanders. I don't even think we should, even if the Commanders were like actually good, which they're not. I think at any point in time in history, the Giants can just beat the Commanders. It's just like, it's like rock, paper, scissors at this point. Like, they beat the Eagles. We can never beat the Eagles. We can always beat them. That's just how it works. So I wouldn't even take anything from that. There's really nothing. So again, the main idea of this video is nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is that we have a worse draft position now, since we have 2 wins, and we're probably gonna fuck around and win even more games, right? We could probably beat the Jets, and then we're 3-5. We're just sliding down the draft. And then of all the years to not have a good draft spot, it would be the year where there's multiple generational talents coming out of college at quarterback. So they won't be a controversy for the Giants. The Giants won't be in the picture for drafting these quarterbacks at all. That's kind of the Giant thing to do. You know, just win enough games where like you don't get a significant draft pick, except for that 1 year where we got Saquon, and that's about it. You know, just stay middling. We'll probably mess around and have 8-8, 8-1. We'll probably end up having somehow when all is said and done. So yeah, got the Jets coming up next. The Jets can easily beat us because their defense is for real. Their defense is legit. It's not like our defense where we got a few guys that are like playing or that are hot right now. Like, their whole defense is good, and their offense has guys that can beat our young cornerbacks that we have. Another thing, I'm so glad that Banks appears to not be a bust. I am so glad, because we need good corners. We need good young corners that we can nurture, grow, and then we could just put that guy out on an island. So it's just one less thing to worry about. That would be great. So hopefully Banks is getting spun up. He's getting taught right. We can nurture him. We can keep him. We can re-sign him. And then we just don't have to worry about that side of the field because he looks like he's legit. And you have to thank Joe Schoen for that. You just have to thank him for that as far as like recent drafts go, because I don't know what else is going on. We're not sure about any other draft picks really. Like Thibodeau, he shows flashes, but I don't know. He's not putting it all together, but he's another story. I'm just glad. Just wanted to mention, I'm just glad about that. But yeah, they have guys. The Jets have guys that can beat our young corners 1-on-1. Since we're ramping up the blitzes. I think we blitz like 60% of the time in that Commanders game. So we're ramping that up. We're ramping up blitzes. I think we're finding our identity on defense as a blitzing defense, like masking what we're doing. You know, one guy looks like he's rushing. No, he's dropping back in coverage. Actually, he's not rushing. The other guy is rushing. That looked like he was in coverage. Like, we're trying to do that all in every play. We're trying to just like have some sort of element like that. And then so if their guy, they have Garrett Wilson that can just like take one slant to the house. So we'll have to look out for stuff like that when it comes to the Jets. And then after that, I'm not sure who we could even beat, but I'm sure we'll figure out how to slide even further down on the draft board. So we're just like, you know, maybe we can get some kind of O-lineman, maybe another right tackle or something. And yeah, that's about it for this week. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the Giants this year so far. What do you feel about Tyrod staying as the starter? Because as soon as DJ's healthy, I'm pretty sure he's going to start. You're just throw him back out there because there's no other option. He's going to be here for the next season at least. Maybe after that, that's what everyone's been saying. Maybe after that, we can look at other options. But even if we did draft a quarterback, I'm sure they're wheeling out DJ right after that in the next season. And which would probably be good for a newer quarterback just to sit and, you know, learn for a little bit. But that's about it. Yep. Until next time, been your host, NYG, signing out.